Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Please be seated. Please give a brief introduction about yourself.
Sir, my name is Harshita Goyal and I am born in Hisar, Haryana, and my upbringing has been from Vadodara, Gujarat. I have done my bachelor's in commerce and I am also a chartered accountant by qualification. My optional subject is political science and international relations, and my hobbies include acrylic painting.
Harshita, tell me why a chartered accountant should want to pursue a career in the civil services?
Sir, chartered accountancy has definitely provided me with the professional success and the financial stability which one would aspire for. However, its scope is limited to the corporate and financial sector, and I am driven by a deeper sense of purpose, and civil services will provide me with the opportunity to engage with the masses at various sectors of the economy at the grassroots level.
What is the purpose of your life?
Sir, my purpose is to create a meaningful life wherein I will derive satisfaction from serving the community and contributing meaningfully to the nation's development.
Suppose if you are asked to express your desire to serve in three most important areas of the country, which areas will you select and why?
Sir, first of all, I will focus on empowering the women sections, as I myself being a woman, I know the hardships which the women of the country faces. So I would focus on uplifting them. Secondly, I will focus on the children who are residing in the slum areas, as they are innocent and they have not chosen the life that they live currently. So I would want to uplift them in order to make a better life for themselves. So thirdly, my focus would be on the education, as education will bring long-term changes in the economy and will further drive the nation's growth.
Wonderful. You spoke about women empowerment, isn't it? What is your definition of women empowerment?
Sir, in my opinion, women empowerment is one where women can take decisions for themselves and where they are independent enough, wherein they can live a life of their choice. They are financially independent as well as socially empowered, and they have equal dignity and respect in the society.
Okay. You must have heard the term of glass ceiling and glass cliff.
Yes,
Could you give a definition of these two words?
Sir, glass ceiling refers to a phenomenon where there are various obstructions in the upliftment of women to the higher positions, as they are subjected as being weak or as being caregivers, unsuitable for higher job positions. Whereas glass cliff is a phenomenon wherein when a woman is empowered on a higher position, there if a woman fails, then it is referred to as subjected to being a weak gender. So glass cliff is an effect where after coming to a higher position, she is subjected to the discrimination, sir.
You must have studied and must have been dealing with activity-based costing system.
I'm sorry, sir?
Activity-based costing system, isn't it? How does it improve efficiency in government working?
Sir, with regard to activity-based costing system, the cost of various activities are determined on the basis of the variable cost which are involved in particular activities. Sir, with respect to the efficiency of government functioning, the proper allocation of cost will enhance the resource efficiency and will subjectively allocate the cost in that sense. So it will drive efficiency by a proper resource allocation and optimum utilization of the resources.
Okay, why the government of India follows cash-based accounting system and not accrual-based accounting system?
Sir, I'll have to read on that.
Okay. One last question from my side. You have been working for last 3-4 years.
Sir, for 1 year.
1 year you have worked.
Yes,
okay. So, how do you handle criticism?
Sir, I try to take criticism in a constructive manner, as it is only driven for my own improvement. However, having said that, there are a few negative comments that might come in my opinion. I try not to take them personally. I try to learn the lesson which will benefit me in improving my personality. However, the negative comments, I try to avoid them, sir.
So, how this criticism is different from online trolling?
Sir, online trolling can also be considered as a part of criticism. Criticism is a broader term. However, trolling is often baseless and is often subjected based on preconceived notions which one has for the other section or other individual. So trolling is in a way harmless, yet creates a huge damage on the other side. And criticism, if taken positively, can help in the development of the individual, sir.
Have you ever been subject to trolling?
No, sir. Fortunately, I have not been subject to online
Thank
trolling.
you very much.
Harshita, how do you explain to a layman the difference between trade and commerce?
So trade involves the buying and selling of the goods and services between two companies or between two countries per se. And commerce includes a vast set of activities which includes trade as well as marketing of the goods and all the allied services which are involved in making the product reach to the final consumer from the factory, sir.
And how these two functionaries are different, public accountant and management accountant?
Sir, I'll have to brush up on that, sir.
Okay, there is a certificate course for public accountant that's called CPA. There is a certificate course for management accountant that's called CMA. Very popular programs these are.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because you are born in Hisar, Haryana, and your subject is political science, so explain the relationship between social problems which are prevailing in Haryana, which might reflect in the political space sooner or later.
So one of the major problems that the economy of Haryana faces with respect to the social sector is regards to the discrimination which women are facing there. And it can transform in the political phenomena with respect to underrepresentation of women in the political sphere. Apart from that, sir, due to the underrepresentation, there will be a lack of gender-sensitive policies which will reinforce the social inequities which are faced by the women in Haryana, sir.
And how come it is patriarchy is a self-defeating system?
Patriarchy is self-defeating as it has been in place because of the historical injustices which have been prevailing in the society, and it is also not generating any substantial benefit for the women as well as the male sections, as the male section gets a false sense of satisfaction or security per se by subjecting the male gender as a superior one as with respect to the female gender.
And how if somebody says that, or some people say that males themselves are victims of patriarchy?
So this is a true statement, as males often they are subjected to the societal pressures and they are believed to behave in a certain manner. If in certain sections which are conservative, if the males start uplifting the women, or if they consider that women should work in their family, then they are themselves subjected to the pressures from the community and society.
Why large number of male members in Haryana villages remaining unmarried?
So there is a problem of shortage of brides in Haryana. So there is this phenomenon of brought brides, where the brides are being sourced from the neighboring state and they are being bought there and married for in futile ages.
Is it a threat to the identity of Haryana culture in the long run?
Indeed, sir, as it creates a negative image on the culture of Haryana, and it portrays Haryana in a derogatory sense, as there is a shortage of women there, coupled with the problem of female feticide and the women deaths that are happening at the early stages. So overall it creates a negative image on the economy.
Okay, coming into the theoretical structure, trace briefly political liberalism and economic liberalism. When did these philosophies emerge? In which way they progressed?
Sir, if I can confirm political
liberalism and economic liberalism, or you can start with liberalism as such.
Sir, liberalism is an ideology where there is focus on the free movement of goods and services based on the market forces. Apart from that, there is focus on the democracy and human rights, which will help in the development of the economy. That is liberalism, sir.
That is economic liberalism.
Sir, political liberalism, I believe, is where there is democracy in the political sphere, coupled with rights with the voters to vote in a certain manner and choose their representatives, or directly engage in the political sphere by active participation.
So who was the original propounder of liberalism?
Sir, I believe it was Woodrow Wilson who propounded...
Woodrow Wilson?
Woodrow Wilson.
Okay, who was he?
Sir, he was an American economist who propounded the 14-point program for the theory of liberalism.
Which, around what time?
Sir, I'll have to read about that.
Woodrow Wilson was president of US in the 20th century. 14-point program came in the Paris Agreement. It's a 20th century event. Do you think that liberalism is such a new philosophy?
Certainly not, sir. Liberalism has been in our economy since quite some time in the form of mercantile capitalism, which has been transformed time and again into liberalism. However, it has been consolidated in the recent time with proper theories.
Okay, thank you, Harshita.